Hello, everyone. My name is Ramon. I am a school counselor, also known as a mental health consultant for Albina Head Start.
Hi, and my name is Sharice Burnett. I'm also a school counselor, also known as a mental health consultant at Albina Head Start. And today we want to talk about routines. We know with COVID, things got a little different with routines. So today we just want to talk about why they're important and some tips and tricks on how to use routines at home.
All right. So, what are routines? Routines are an order of activities that parents can do every day with their kids. Some examples are like getting ready in the morning, eating breakfast at the table, spending time playing or talking to each other before going to school, reading books, telling stories, brushing teeth, naps, all those sorts of things. So these are like really helpful tools when trying to get your child in a routine, just getting them ready for the day, ready for school, and just getting them in the habit of doing those on a consistent basis.
So why are routines helpful? Routines are helpful just so kids know what to expect. Kids secretly really love routines. They know what they can expect when they're going to school. They like to know what they can expect when they come home. It can help create a really peaceful home environment if kids know, okay, every day, this is when we sit down for dinner. Every day, this is when we wake up. These are the things we do when we wake up. So it can be really helpful. And also creating confidence in children. They can start to take ownership of, oh, I know bedtime routine, or I know morning routine, or I know what to do after we eat dinner. So those are just a few tips on why routines are helpful. So some more tips and tricks are to keep it simple. Routines don't need to be anything rigid. It doesn't need to be anything that's on a strict time limit. They can just be what kind of happens natural. What's a natural schedule for you and your child? It's really helpful in routines to give really simple instructions. So we don't need to overload kids and telling them each step of their day. It can really be broken down in just some first then language. So first we're going to get dressed and then we're going to brush teeth, or first we'll read books and then you're going to go to bed. So just keeping it really, really simple. And sometimes visuals can help, like the visual on this slide regarding morning jobs. Sometimes kids need little visuals, and that's something that teachers can give you, or home visitors. Sometimes they have helpful visuals, or us school counselors, we're always happy to provide these types of visuals that you can use at home with your child just to help keep them on routine, and letting your child take ownership. So asking them how they want their morning routines to go, how they want their bedtime routines to go. Sometimes that can help them feel really independent and like they have a sense of control over their day. And part of it is getting to know your child's natural schedule, right? So if your child's at home, knowing, okay, every afternoon between 1 and 2 p.m., they get sleepy, right? So then that's a routine. Every afternoon between that time frame, your child's going to have a nap, right? Or just knowing, okay, when they wake up in the morning, the first thing they want is breakfast. Okay, then implement that as part of a routine. We wake up, we get you a snack or eat breakfast because we know the child wants breakfast, right when they get up. So part of it is just knowing what feels natural to them and giving them choices. Asking them again how they want their day to go, but then also asking them things like, okay, would you rather brush your teeth first or get dressed first, right? Like they know everything they have to do in the morning, so allowing them to take some ownership over the order. So here's some helpful tips with morning routines. With everything opening back up and kids potentially going to be going back to school, it's very important to start doing a morning routine now at home. So this happens before your child gets into school, right? You want your child to get used to waking up in the morning early, especially if during this time of being in COVID, maybe their routines got thrown off and they're going to bed late and waking up late. It's really helpful to start this morning piece now. And so getting them used to getting up, getting dressed, and doing all those morning things just as if they would do if they were going to school. And another helpful tip is to wake up before your child wakes up. So I know as a parent, I've had those mornings where I'm waking up late and I'm trying to get my kids up and I'm trying to get ready when they're getting ready. And usually it's just a disaster when that happens. So really making sure that you're giving yourself time to get up, do whatever you need to do to take care of yourself. And we'll go more into that later on. But really making sure that you do that first. And another part is acknowledging their feelings and giving them praise. So acknowledging if they're having a hard morning, naming that for them. Making sure that you're giving them praise each step of the way. If they got dressed without any meltdowns, right? Or if they listened to you the first time you asked them to get out of bed, like really making sure that you're giving them lots of praise for that. And bedtime routine. Again, this is really helpful to do and to get your child on a solid bedtime routine before they're going back to school. Again, I know with COVID, things have been difficult to keep your child on a bedtime routine. Things may be feeling scattered, but now is a great time to set a bedtime, right? So just making sure that your child is going to bed around the same time every day, making sure that you're turning screens off at least 30 minutes before they're actually going to be sleeping. Keeping screens on can really activate their brains and make it really hard for kids to fall asleep. So this is a time to maybe try some other strategies before bed, maybe reading books, listening to music, doing some deep breathing together, or those types of things, doing a puzzle, just anything that really calms your child down and doesn't ramp up their energy. Some kids do need to maybe do some physical movement before bed, doing some jumping jacks, running around the house. So some kids do need that, but it's really helpful to make sure that whatever you're doing, that you're cutting off the screens if possible before they lay down. Another helpful tip is just to prepare for your next day. Lay out the outfits before you go to sleep. Do whatever you need to do to prep so that the morning can go as smoothly as possible. A big part of this is just knowing how much sleep kids need. So if you look at this graph, it'll tell you infants need about 12 to 16 hours of sleep. Toddlers still need about 11 to 14 hours of sleep. Both of those are still including naps. And preschoolers even. You might think because your child maybe isn't a baby anymore, they don't need as much sleep, but actually preschoolers still need about 10 to 13 hours of sleep and a nap. And you see as kids get older, they need a little less, but in this preschool age, it's really important that kids are getting at the minimum 10 hours of sleep every single day.
Alrighty. Now we'll be talking about having a positive mindset before waking the kids. Now, I know this can be very challenging for parents because everyone may not be a morning person. As I know, I'm not a morning person, so I know how challenging it can be for parents. So when you're trying to get your mindset or have a positive mindset, try to, get your mind in the, I guess, try to get your mind in a positive way as far as getting up early, a little bit earlier than usual, maybe stretching, maybe try to meditate, even getting a beverage, try drinking some coffee, get yourself alert, maybe some tea, probably help you to get more calm or relaxed, or even just drinking a glass of water, just help hydrate yourself. And then also, taking a shower is very soothing, very relaxing. Um, Definitely wakes you up, gets you refreshed, have you ready to start your day. Um, and then after doing all that, you can start your parent duties, getting them, ready for school, getting ready for school, getting them ready to, brush their teeth, wash their face. Doing all that will definitely set you in the right positive mind frame and also get your kids ready, knowing that they're ready to start their day off properly. Next slide is being flexible, and routines take time. Now, routines may not be easy as we mentioned in this presentation, but it's something new. It's going to take time to master. So give yourself patience, give yourself grace, and as Sharice said, allow for slight changes to naturally happen. It's okay that things don't always go as planned, but just try to adapt as much as possible. Don't get frustrated. Don't fret. As we said, it takes time. You're not going to get it all on the first try. There will be multiple times where you don't get it right, but just try to go with the ebbs and flows of the routine. Um, and don't be inflexible with the routine as well too. That would just cause for more frustration and anxiety, especially when you're trying to get the kids, ready for their day to go to school. As we always mention, just try to go with things, just try to go with the flow, and always give yourself time and your child time to get into this routine. This is something that you guys are both going to be going through. So just try to go through the journey with the whole routine, and just try to enjoy yourself. Get them involved as well too. Getting them involved is very important. That's creating a healthy relationship. That's creating a bonding, a connection. Make it seem fun. Get them excited about getting ready for school and brushing their teeth. Um, these are all things that are going to be helpful as they transition from home into the classroom.
Thank you all for listening.
Yes, thank you all for listening.